Detroit basketball is back. This Detroit Pistons team is playing excellent basketball this year, led by Cade Cunningham. This Pistons team is sitting at the 6th seed in the East with the record of 33-26. They are only one game back from the 4th seed, so if this team could go on a run in the second half of the year, they could be a top 4 seed in the East going into the playoffs. Detroit is on an 8-game winning streak, coming off one of their biggest wins of the year against the Boston Celtics, holding them to only 97 points and the victory by 20 plus points. Detroit absolutely dominated the Celtics last night, holding them to only 97 points, out-rebounding them 51-32, which is absurd. And you hold this Celtics team to only 97 points when the Celtics are the 6th best offensive team in the league, averaging 117 points per game. You held them down 20 less points than their average. That is absurd from this Detroit Pistons team. But let's talk about the person that is leading the show in Detroit. Cade Cunningham has erupted this season, averaging 25.7 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 9.5 assists per game, close to that double-double, true shooting of 56%. His first time All-Star this year, he has erupted, and I think it's only going forward for Cade Cunningham in his career. I really like how this Pistons team is structured right now. You got guys like Malik Beasley, Jalen Duren, Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, Dennis Schroeder, which you just acquired, which he's been pretty good so far, and Asar Thompson, that defensive anchor for this team. I think this front office did a really, really solid job surrounding Cade Cunningham with solid players, good shooters, guys like Malik Beasley, averaging 16.7 points per game, shooting 42.5% from 3, and even guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., just a very spark player off that, very spark player, and then even Tobias Harris I thought was a solid pickup. We all like to clown Tobias Harris, but let's be real, he's been decent for this Pistons team. So even though that the offensive rating of this Detroit Pistons team is 14th in the league and the defensive rating is 11th in the league, which is middle of the pack, not bad, not good, it's just middle. It's fine being middle, but middle is never going to get you over the hump. But, I mean, for this Pistons team, middle is fantastic. But it's middle of the pack. But the reason why this team is playing so good is Cade Cunningham. He's been brilliant this year, leading this team and solidifying himself as a number 1 guy going into the future for this team. He has been excellent, 26 points per game, almost 10 assists, very clutch player, gets to the basket when he wants, gets to his step back when he wants, good shooter. This guy with some talent, maybe next year, this team could be dangerous. This team is going to make the playoffs, but the question is, how far will they go? I believe that they're probably a first-round exit. I mean, I'm not bashing the team at all, but this is your first year being in the playoffs in a while. Very young, very inexperienced, but I believe that they will make the playoffs, and this is going to be a tough first-round team to go up against. Don't get me wrong. A team that's going to face the Pistons in the first round, I'm sure that they're not scared, but they're like, all right, we're going to actually have to try against this team. Because the Pistons, man, they play gritty. They play gritty. They could shoot. They could defend a bit, and they could rebound that damn ball. That's one of the best features of this Detroit team, that they could rebound the heck out of the ball. So this team is 100% making the playoffs, but it's just how far they go. Like I said, they're most likely first-round exits, 6 games at most. But the most important part of this is just getting that playoff experience for guys like Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren. The most important thing, though, is that this Detroit Pistons team is trailing in the right direction. Get that playoff experience this year. Go to 6, maybe 7 games, and let the teams know that, yeah, you were first-round exits, But we're coming next year. We're going to go in the second round next year. Maybe even further, depending on what your offseason looks like. So I believe that Detroit, the players, the front office, the managers, they're happy going into this offseason knowing that they got something brewing in Detroit, and just get ready to spend some money in the offseason and build this team around Cade Cunningham. Get him a second guy so they can compete.